Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second to last episode of my 100 favorite album series. This is where I rank my 100 favorite albums in my collection. And again, I always have to say it, not the greatest albums, my favorites. And again, I'm filming this back to back with my previous episode. And I apologize for any coughing that I might do. I'm getting over strep throat. So let's jump right into it. My favorite albums, number 20 through 11. So, number 20, a modern masterpiece, Marty Stuart and his fabulous superlatives, Way Out West. I know Glenn Campbell can now vouch for me. Fine, Glenn Campbell. I know Glenn Kellaway can vouch for me. I say that because it's produced by Mike Campbell of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and now the Dirty Knobs. You can see Mike there with Marty. This is Marty Stuart's most recent album. It's 5 years old, going on its sixth year from 2017. If you like the Byrds, if you like Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, if you like some Buck Owens, check this out. Chris Prophy, I'm talking to you. You would love this. It's just really psychedelic, really jangly, country. It's more jangle rock than it is country, honestly. It's got some surf rock elements into it. It's just a fantastic record. I can't recommend it enough, and it's cracked the top 20 for me. So number 20, Way Out West. And along the same vein, number 19, Sweetheart of the Rodeo by the Byrds. This is the Byrds. At this point, the Byrds had dropped to only two original members in Roger McGuinn and Chris Hillman. They picked up Graham Parsons for some sessions. There's Graham right there, very young Graham Parsons. You had Chris Hillman's cousin Kevin Kelly on the drums, but it's the first time ish that a full-on rock group did a country album. People consider it country rock, but it's not country rock. Excuse me. It's a full-on country record. They do some Dylan covers. The big hit is "You Ain't Going Nowhere" is on here. "Hickory Wind" is a Graham Parsons beautiful tune. You have Chris Hillman singing songs like "I Am a Pilgrim" and "You're Still on My Mind," 100 Years From Now. Pretty Boy Floyd, just fantastic record. I absolutely love it. The Byrds, Sweetheart of the Rodeo, number 19. Number 18, the Avett Brothers, Magpie and the Dandelion. I was really struggling of where to put this album because some days it's my favorite Avett Brothers album, some days it's not my favorite Avett Brothers album. But the Avett Brothers are full on songwriting at this point. It's their third album with Rick Rubin on the American Records label. You've got session guys on here like Benmont Tench. Who else is on here? Excuse me. Chad Smith is on here from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. G Love is on here. Just Lenny Castro does some playing. Just fantastic tracks on here. Morning Song is a beautiful song. Another is Waiting. Good to You. They do a live version of Souls Like the Wheels from the Second Gleam. I can't say enough good things about this album. Check it out. Magpie and the Dandelion, if you love that kind of stuff. Number 17, back to Fountains of Wayne. This is their final album, Sky Full of Holes. I don't know what else to say about this album. I've talked it from the rooftops. It's made my list of like the best albums in the last 10 years, at this point 11 years. But I did a video last year with Glenn Kellaway where we talked about our favorite albums of the last decade, and this album made it. It's acoustic, it's power pop. It's got the Fountains of Wayne humor element to it. It's got songs that will touch at your heart, like the last song, Cemetery Guns, is beautiful. Songs like A Dip in the Ocean is just jangle pop brilliance. A Road Song is great. It's about life on the road. I cannot say enough good things about this album. Please check it out if you can buy it. Fountains of Wayne, A Sky Full of Holes. Where does that put me? Number 16. Highway 61 Revisited, Bob Dylan. I mean, this is Dylan right in the middle of his Electric Trilogy. Dylan was pumping out the music at this point in the mid-60s. I mean, it starts with like a Rolling Stone and it ends with Desolation Row, and everything else in the middle is just brilliant. I mean, Queen Jane Approximately, Highway 61 Revisited, Takes a Lot to Laugh, Takes a Train to Cry, Ballad of a Thin Man, you know, something happening but you don't know what it is, do you, Mr. Jones? Just a fantastic album. A couple of years ago, I probably would have said this is my favorite Bob Dylan album, but things change. That was a stupid Dylan joke. But anyway, Highway 61 Revisited, number 17, right? 16. 16. Number 15, Van Morrison again, Beautiful Vision. I've talked about this album a million times. I don't need to talk about it anymore because if you haven't heard me by now, you know, you're not listening. Just Van Morrison in the 80s, songs like Dweller on the Threshold, Beautiful Vision, Cleaning Windows, She Gives Me Religion, Across the Bridge Where Angels Dwell. It's mystic, it's spiritual, it's jazzy. I mean, I love this album. Beautiful Vision. Can't say enough about it. Number 14, back to Bobby. Infidels. My favorite Dylan album out of the 80s. This is the first album after his Christian period. I mean, what a way to come back after kind of going out of left field with the gospel albums. Starts with the fantastic song Joker Man, goes into the beautiful Sweetheart Like You, License to Kill, Man of Peace, Union Sundown, I and I, Don't Fall Apart on Me Tonight. It's 8 songs, but I mean, it flows so well. I cannot say enough about it. It's Bob Dylan's in great voice. The band is killer. I mean, you've got Mark Knopfler all over this record. Sly and Robbie playing on it. You have Mick Taylor, Alan Clark on the keys. And then, of course, Bobby is all over it. This album just, it rocks. It really does. Infidels. Favorite Dylan album out of the 80s. Number 13, the debut by The Head and the Heart, the self-titled indie folk at its finest. You have The Head and the Heart out of Seattle. I know I've mentioned them earlier in my list, but in case you were just watching these last few videos, I just recently saw them, did a concert review. Love this band. Love everything they've put out. This is their biggest album, I'd say. I mean, the big songs on here, like they are concert staples. From This Valley, Rivers and Roads, Honey Come Home, Lost in My Mind, Heaven Go Easy on Me, Sounds Like Hallelujah. If you like acoustic indie folk, it's a perfect album. It's a driving album. It's just this album means a lot to me, and I can't say enough about it. It's just so good. It's good for my soul. It really is. All right, number 12. Yep, Good Times by the Monkees. This was the Monkees' late career comeback for their 50th anniversary in 2016, produced by Adam Schlesinger of Fountains of Wayne, who I've mentioned a couple of times already when talking about Fountains of Wayne. You have the 3 surviving members of the Monkees and then some archival recordings by Davy Jones for the song Love to Love. They take old songs and put new instrumentation on it, and they have brand new songs from guys like Rivers Cuomo, Ben Gibbard, Noel Gallagher, Andy Partridge. Just a brilliant album. It's got my favorite Monkees song on it with Me and Magdalena. They do a great version. Peter Tork sings Wasn't Born to Follow, which was written by Carole King, done by the Byrds. There's some Neil Diamond stuff on here. The title track, Good Times, is a Harry Nilsson song that Mickey Dolenz actually duets with Harry Nilsson on it. It's the demo vocal of Harry Nilsson with the new vocal of Mickey Dolenz. And it's just a fantastic record. It's power pop. It is fun. It's great music. That's all I can say. Good Times by the Monkees, number 12. And just out of reach of the top 10, I hated this, but my top 10 were so cemented that I struggled. Number 11 is I Am Loving You by the Avett Brothers. Look at that artwork. That was actually painted by Scott Avett, who also painted some Brandi Carlile albums as well. So if there's a similarity, that's why, because Scott Avett painted that. Again, produced by Rick Rubin. This is, full of concert staples by the Avett Brothers. The title track opens it. You have January Wedding, Head Full of Doubt, And It Spread, 10,000 Words. Kick Drum Heart is a killer track. Laundry Room is beautiful with a great breakdown at the end. Ill With Want, beautiful. It Goes On and On. It's just so good. I talk the Avett Brothers to death, and I don't think people in the YouTube world care that much. I think I've got a couple of people that like the Avett Brothers as much as I do. Talking to you, Brian, over at Shamrock Records. But yeah, number 11, I Am Loving You, the Avetts. Fantastic. It's a masterpiece. All right, folks, we're going to be getting the top 10 next video. Hope you stay tuned. I don't know if it differs a whole lot from when I originally did my top 10 video almost 2 years ago. I think there might be a change or two, but maybe not. You'll have to see. So in the meantime, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think. Y'all be good. Take care, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye now.